All right, let's talk about cleanup. Whether it's the end of the hour or you're done working for the day, we gotta clean this wheel up. And there's a couple steps that we're gonna do it. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure we turn our wheel off. If we keep the wheel on and we accidentally bump our foot pedal or somebody else does, it can cause a lot of headaches. So the biggest thing, first thing, when we clean up, we're done for the day, let's turn that wheel off. Then I'm gonna find all of my bigger pieces of clay, whether it's things I've thrown, things I've taken off in practice, even some of these larger chunks that might come into our splash pan. We're gonna gather that all together, and then this piece of clay or these pieces of clay can go right into the small bin over where we recycle clay. The next step is I'm gonna grab one of the large sponges. And you can see that I have a lot of water and dirt down here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to soak up as much of that liquid that's in our splash pans before we even take them apart. I'm here. I'm trying to soak up and clean as much of this water out and just putting it directly into that yellow bucket that's at our spot. Once we've gotten most of that water out of the splash pans, we can go ahead and take these gently apart. Okay? How we take these big circles apart is you'll see there are a couple tabs on the sides of the small ones. You'll use both thumbs and push them down. Okay? And then you'll be able to get in here a little bit easier and get some of that leftover water. Okay? Leftover water, dirt. Now right now I'm using my sponge, okay? That large sponge. You also have a towel at your disposal. Right? So I can come and take here and take that towel and help wipe out any of that extra water and clay. Once I do that small one, I might put it to the side. I will gently wiggle this bigger one out and we'll do the same thing. Get some of that water outside of this splash pan. Then I'll come here, take my towel, wipe this out, clear of water and dirt. My last kind of steps is I'm gonna take all the tools that I used, including the sponges, put them in my yellow bucket. I'm gonna take this and only this yellow bucket over to the sink. Right? We could take the splash pans over there, but if all kind of 10 or 15 of us do that all at once, it causes a big train wreck at the sinks. So I'm gonna take just this bucket, I'm gonna dump out the water, clean all the tools, return all of the tools. We obviously would recycle this clay. And the last step is I'm gonna take that, whether it's even my towel or my sponge, and I'm gonna help clean off the wheel head and the wheel workspace up here. Once I've done that, I can put my splash pans up at the front and I've cleaned my wheel.